Welcome to the Jon Judkins Coaches Show here on the Fan Sports Network, getting you ready for one more big game before Christmas. Jon Judkins and Hamid Olayinka is with us in studio. We'll talk with Larry, as they call him, coming up here in just a few minutes. But, Juddy, first and foremost, happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you and the family and the team.
It's kind of crazy. Our holiday season is a little bit different than everybody else's, So we'll get this game over on Thursday, then we get a little bit of a break, and that's kind of when we get to kind of enjoy the break, the holiday season.
Juddy, does it ever get old playing these games? You seem just as excited every season, and I know entering this week, you guys would have loved to maybe have a do-over last Saturday night, and that did drop you to 5-6 overall. But you do have those two conference wins.
Yeah, those are huge. Yeah,
which make it a little bit funner going into the holiday break.
Yeah, those are big. That was when we were playing probably our best. And sometimes you call, what do you call those games that upset? What do you call them? They're called
just like those
trap games.
Trap games.
Yeah,
Yep. You nailed it.
Yeah, it's almost like we had that when we got the Cal Baptist one. Our guys were feeling pretty good about themselves, and maybe came out that Idaho game and didn't play as well as we should have, and we still had a chance to win that one. And then we go on the road and play at North what's it called? CSUN, I call it, but Northridge. And we played pretty good at times. They were a good team. They're really athletic and drove it and had a tough one there. And then, okay, we're going to get back home. We're going to play great. And it's just, and there's no excuses, but final week's hard. It's a tough time to play, and you got to give them a lot of credit. They shot the ball extremely well. Some of them were our fault that we just didn't make the right adjustments and make guys dribble that should be dribbling and that. But they got hot, and when you're shooting it, you can beat almost anybody. So that was tough. But we had a good meeting afterwards on Monday. This week we're getting ready to go up to Colorado and play them, and the last 2 days have been really, really good practices. Our guys have been focused. They're mad that they've lost those last couple ones, especially at home. You can't lose at home. You got to win at home, and so we're ready for their challenge, and then hopefully we can keep them focused for a couple more days, and then it's okay. Now go have 3 or 4 days off, and then we'll get back and come back here on the 30th.
Just to recap the scores, mentioned the 2-0 start in WAC play December 2nd, December 6th, beat Utah Valley 65-53. Nice in-state win in the old Hammer rivalry. Went down to Cal Baptist, great first half, then held on for a 72-69 victory there. And then, as you said, lost by 1 to Idaho at home, lost by 5 on the road to Northridge. And then last Saturday, 79-62. What was the difference in the locker room after the 2 WAC wins versus these 3 straight losses?
Well, I think our energy, number one. I think we played extremely hard those WAC games. We defended really well. Like we talk to our guys a lot and say, you're going to have off nights shooting the ball. There's no question. You can't always shoot great. You're going to have, getting slumps, or you're just going to miss shots. But you can always give me effort. You can always play defense, and you can always rebound. And those are the 3 things that we did really good in those 2 WAC games. And then the ones that we lost, we got rebounded by 12. We got rebounded by one of them. We gave up 18 offensive boards. You just can't do that to good teams, to give them extra possessions, extra shots. So that was really the difference. But, we talked about on this last one we lost was just the effort, the energy. I went deep. I played everybody. I was trying to find guys that could play. And the guy I brought with me today, Larry, he played. He brought it. He came to play. Him in Tennessee, I thought the 2 that really kind of came that normally get a lot of minutes and gave us some good minutes. And then I decided to go even deeper and go into a Stone and Caleb and Cade. And those guys played really well. Stone was plus 11 in the stat sheet, which, if you guys don't know what that means, it means the time on the court, what you do on the court when you're out there, the minutes you had. And he had 4 minutes, and he was plus 11. So he did some pretty good things, and I love to give those guys chances, and now I know what they can do in a game. Sometimes they get in a game, they try to do too much. These guys didn't. So it gives me a little bit more confidence that I could maybe even go a little bit deeper into my bench if I have to.
I like to hear that. Obviously, you only shot 7 out of 25 in the first half in that last game out against Dakota, and that's 28%. You did shoot 50% in the second half. I'm just curious, peel back the curtains and take us into the locker room when you guys are down big at home. What was that conversation like?
It's just mostly the same stuff. I can't tell you because then I have to, it's
top
tell you,
secret.
so I can't. Yeah, But no, we just talk about the mistakes or things the scouting report that we missed on. We knew 52 could shoot it, and the game plan on him was get him off the 3-point line, get him, and we didn't do that, and he hit some shots. But shooting wise, you got to continue to tell him to keep shooting, even if they're 0 for 8. I mean, Eric was not one of his better games. He was 0 for 6. And we said, hey, just keep shooting, but, shoot him in rhythm, shoot him good shots, open shots. We felt like the ball was sticking a little too much in that first half, meaning that we weren't sharing it. We weren't trying to find the open guy. We were trying to do it by ourselves. When you do that, you don't shoot as well, and then everybody stands and watches. We're not moving. Second half, we moved the ball better, and we got open shots, and that's when we made our little comeback. It just was a little too short. You can't play 20 minutes to beat a team. You got to play the whole 40, a good team, that is. And so, that's kind of what happened. But, it's our 10th game, and I know we said a lot. We're still learning. We're still trying to get better, and there's some things that we got to improve on.
What you got to like, though, is there's a lot of fight in this team, very athletic team. It seems like quickly chemistry is getting better, especially after those first 2 WAC games and then the little step backwards. But nothing's easy in basketball in today's college era.
Well, and that's why you see so many upsets. You got to come ready to play every game. Our guys have a chip on their shoulder with everybody picking us to finish last in the WAC. Maybe that was why we won 2 WAC games. I don't know. But whatever it does to motivate them to get them to go, we're going to use that to our advantage. But again, I think we're getting there. I think one thing I did get out of that game, like you said earlier, was our guys didn't quit. We got down and they kept fighting, and whoever I put in was trying, and that means a lot. Even the last 15 seconds of the game, we kind of had a little pushing, shoving match out there. Guys care. They didn't want to lose, and you don't want to lose. You want to play your very best you can, but you got to be under control and be a good sport if you do. But I like our chance. I like where we're going. I think we're getting there. It's just we got to get some more games in. It's just that simple.
Jon Judkins, Coach's Show here. Speaking of upsets, you mentioned the word upset, and instantly I thought about earlier today at the cozy confines of the Burns Arena. Shout out to the Utah Tech women's basketball team, Coach Gustin and the Trailblazers upsetting Oregon at home.
Yeah, that's great. Good for them. I was happy for that. I mean, when I saw that on their schedule first, I thought, how did you guys get Oregon and Oregon State to come in? Oklahoma State, yeah. How do you get those guys to come in and play you? I mean, we have to go there. They don't come here. So it's great that he got that here and the home court stuff. But, yeah, what a huge win for them. And hopefully get them to have a good Christmas, but also to get them more for WAC play getting ready in January.
Yeah, by the way, in that game, Maggie McCord
she was
went
on fire.
Off.
Yeah, she was hitting everything.
24 points, 8 3-pointers. She shoots 8 out of 10 from the 3. Maddie Warren went for 21. Brianna Gillen, I think, messed around and got a triple-double.
Yeah, they can shoot it. I mean, we watched them again a lot last year in the tournament, and his girls, they shoot a lot of threes, and if they're going, they can beat almost anybody.
Look at the 11-game sample size so far, and what are some statistics that you love? And what are some statistics you and your assistant coaches are still, preaching or harping or coaching and trying to clean up as far as in practice and whatnot?
Well, the main thing, too, number one, is I love how they compete. They're playing hard. Again, Saturday was a different one. Again, I don't know what was going on. We just didn't come out and have the energy and compete. That was the only game so far that I thought that we just got outworked. But that's something I'm happy with. We still have a ways to go. We're still learning each other. We're still trying to play with, each different combinations like that stuff. We got to get better at that. And, when we defend and we rebound, I think we can beat anybody. And that's what happened with the Utah Valley game. And also even with the Cal Baptist, going down there and on the road and winning a WAC game on the road is very hard to do. There wasn't too many last year that did it. And so getting that one under our belt was big. We have been on the road a lot this year. So our guys sometimes feel a little bit more comfortable sometimes on the road. So those are things I think we got to continue to get better. This weekend, I mean, this game on Thursday, it's totally going to be rebounding. They're one of the best offensive rebounding teams that we've ever faced. They really go hard to the glass. We got to have everybody, not just our bigs, our guards. Everybody has to go put a body on somebody and go get the ball. But turnovers, we've been better there in the past, not turning the ball over as much. But we still just got to keep sharing it. When we share it and we're moving the ball and we're shooting open shots, I like our chances of anybody.
Is the assist to turnover ratio where you'd like it to be, or is that something that you could like?
We like to go at least 2 for 1. We're not there yet. The team we play Colorado on Thursday. Their point guard's 4 to 1. I mean, he's a really good player. We gotta get that with Eric and with David and even Yu. We got to get them. There are quarterbacks out there. They have the ball in their hand all the time. They got to make better reads. They got to make better reads and make the easy pass. Sometimes turnovers, a lot of times, is not what the defense does. It's more of what we're trying to thread needles. We're trying to make incredible passes instead of just the easy play. We always say, just make the easy play. Read it. Who's open, find that guy, and get him a shot.
We're going to talk, as Juddy keeps alluding to, more about that Colorado game. Reports are you and Deion Sanders are supposed to meet for a smoothie before the game or something.
Yeah, something like that. We'll see if he shows up or not. It's signing day for those guys, so he might be a little busy that day.
We're going to get into that a little bit later. Give you a more in-depth preview as the Jon Judkins Trailblazer Coaches Show continues. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll bring in Mr. Olayinka, who will join us. We'll get to know him a little bit, talk about his stay as a newcomer in St. George. Has been here a few months, newcomer to the team. So we'll meet him and go in depth when we come back on the Jon Judkins Coaches Show on the Fan Sports Network. Welcome back. Jon Judkins Coaches Show here in the Fan Sports Network studios today. Devin Dixon filling in for Rod, and our condolences to Rod at a funeral. But he'll be back for the next Coaches Show. But excited to be hanging out with Jon Judkins. We'll get back to Juddy just in a minute. But Larry Olayinka joining us now. Larry, what's going on, man? Great to have you on the show tonight.
It's going good. Happy to be here. It's been a long day today.
Yeah, you guys went and did a little charity work today, huh? Tell me about it.
It was good to talk to them. It was fun seeing how happy they got when we got there. And, yeah, it was us going to the veterans and talking to them and telling them about basketball and Utah Tech.
Love it. And then you were able to sneak over and catch the end of that Utah Tech Oregon women's
basketball.
basketball.
They were not missing. That was a good game. Basketball team cheering. We got lit for them.
Tell me a little bit about, you grew up in L.A., right? L.A. How many siblings? Mom, tell us about your family.
I have my mom and my pops, and I have my little bro. That's pretty much all of us. Yeah.
Dad a hooper, little bro hooper?
No. Little bro hooper, yeah.
How old's your little brother? How old is he?
He's 11. He plays for PG Elite. I feel like he might be better than me, but I would never tell him that.
There you go.
We're going to send him a link to the show. He's going to find out. Keep him hungry, though, right?
Yeah.
Garden City Community College. You played there as a freshman. Started about half the season. Pretty good numbers for freshmen, 7.5, 5.2. How did Juddy and some of the assistant coaches that were instrumental in recruiting you, how'd they find you? And take me through the story to landing here in St. George, Utah.
Coach Morris told me he saw me play at Hutch, and then he's just been following me up then. And then during the season, he hit me up, and then I looked at all my schools, and I picked Utah Tech for a visit, and then, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I love it. Once you get here, huh? Fall in love with it.
Yeah.
You averaged 20 and 12 in high school, Birmingham Community Charter High School, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got an old buddy that's going to be playing in the game against you. Who plays for Colorado, you were saying, right?
Yeah. He went to Chaminade, and, yeah, we played each other, I think, once. Yeah. I'm ready, play a Pac-12 team, get ready. I'm excited for the game.
Have you guys been texting back and forth leading up to the
no,
game?
it's we're not really that close, but yeah.
But you know each other.
Yeah.
And you're not scared to do a little smack talk?
No.
Okay. Dunk over his head?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What age were you when you first dunked? Because if you haven't seen Larry Olayinka dunk, this guy reminds me, Juddy, you and I were talking about, he kind of reminds you of Jeremy Evans for some of the old Jazz fans out there. Were you like 8 when you were dunking, 9, 10?
No, 16. I was short I wasn't short, but I wasn't as tall when my freshman year, my sophomore year. I grew from 6'1" to 6'6" on my sophomore year to my junior year.
So you were a sophomore?
Yeah.
So you were just touching the net, then you were just touching the rim, and then all of a sudden, and now you're 6'9", right?
Yeah.
All right, you still got any growing to do? Juddy would love another 7-footer on the roster.
I hope. Make me a 7-footer.
How tall is your dad?
6'4".
6'4". Okay. And little bro, he's gonna be tall as you.
He's 6'1", 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your mom's tall. Your mom's pretty tall.
My mom's 5'10".
I love it. Did you play other sports growing up, or was it all basketball all the time?
I played soccer and football. Soccer, I was goalie. That's probably how I know I'll be blocking stuff. And for football, I played a little safety.
All right. Did you play all the way through high school?
No, I played 6th grade, 7th grade, quit, and then focus on basketball.
Gotcha. How is the chemistry going? I mean, is the team welcomed you in? Do you feel like chemistry's getting better, practice by practice, game by game?
Yeah, we're a new team, so most of the players are new. So I think it was hard for us to just get to know each other and leaders. But Noah and Tanner has been doing a good job talking to us, making us as a group, and building on that chemistry.
Now there was one other player from Garden City that got recruited here too.
Oh yeah,
with you.
My teammate David Elliott. We went to the same high school.
Yeah. So that kind of had to help a little bit.
Yeah, that for sure.
What's David like? Is he kind of the guy keeping things loose? He pretty funny? What's he like?
He's funny. Yeah. He's a funny guy on the team.
Was he chomping at the bit while he was out? He's been out. He missed 5 or 6 games there.
Yeah.
Was he going crazy?
Yeah, he was going crazy. He really wanted to play. I could tell he loves the game, and yeah, he just wanted to be out there.
Yeah.
It's hard because you have an injury like that. They want to get back so fast, but you don't want them to hurt it again. You know what I mean? And you look at the Jazz. Jazz do it too forever. It's like that guy's been out forever, but you got to understand if you put him in too early and they get hurt again, then you lose him almost the whole year. So that's where he's at. But it's good to have him back because before he got hurt, I mean, he was our leading scorer. He was playing really, really well, and he's starting to get it. He's getting it back. It just takes a little bit of time when you haven't played for that long.
Larry Olayinka coming off a game where Juddy earlier you said he brought the energy, 3 of 4, played 20 minutes, got to the foul line 6 times. 9 points, 4 blocks, 4 rebounds, and yet not a game you guys want to go back and probably remember too much. You probably went back to the film and tried to glean through it and figure out what went wrong. But I got to go back to the Cal Baptist game, man. That dunk you had in the Cal Baptist game. Did you know how far out you jumped from?
In the game, I didn't think the dunk was that impressive, but everyone got hyped, so I got hyped. But after the game, when I watched it, I was like, wow, I didn't think I really jumped from that far.
Someone thought, I don't know if this is true or not, Larry, so the answer is you thought they called a charge.
I did, yeah. In the game, when the charge happened, I was like, I don't care about that charge. I was yelling to my teammates and all that, and then I realized they didn't call a charge because I was ready to run back.
Yeah, he just jumped over the guy. I mean, it was incredible. That was one of his best games he played. He got our storm chaser of the game. We have a storm chaser helmet that we give him, and again, he had probably one time he had 3. I thought he had 3 blocks in a row.
Yeah.
In the one possession, but yeah, he like I said, he's getting better and better. Yeah, that's where I'm really excited to see him grow.
What's the best dunk you've ever done?
In game or
in a game.
Oh, your dream. What do you think?
Yeah, both. Give me both.
Yeah, okay. In a game was probably senior year of high school. He turned over the ball, and then because everyone was back and there was 3 people, he turned over the ball, I got the steal, and then I punched down 3 people. That was probably my best dunk.
Wow.
Juddy, if there was a dunk contest tomorrow after practice, would Larry win the dunk contest?
I think he'd be right there. I think Tennessee would give him a run for his money
yeah.
too. Tennessee throws it down pretty. The thing I like about Larry, man, Larry throws it down hard. It's not like a Karl Malone hammer dunk, whatever, hand behind the head and all that. He throws it pretty dang hard. And he had one. It was at CSUN, huh?
Yeah.
That he probably jumped a little too far out in traffic and almost like a Blake Griffin kind of a throw it.
in.
He tried to throw it down because he did get hit, but he missed it. But because he wasn't even, I mean, it was farther away than he thought. But I like how he attacks the rim, and that's the question I was going to ask you. Would you rather have a dunk or a block? What excites you more?
I think a block, because stopping the other team score is more exciting, because I know scoring is going to happen regardless if I'm doing it or my team is doing it. But me stopping the possession, I think that helps us with kills and then keep going forward in the game.
That's kind of guy I like. Either he cares about defense.
Although I will say this, Juddy, I've heard you say, I've done a lot of post-game shows into you. You're not a big fan of a block because half the time it goes out of bounds or into the front row.
Or
you get a foul. Yeah, I've heard that from you many times.
You're exactly right.
But I've seen Larry pin it off the glass a couple times where we got out in transition.
Where I don't like the block shot is guarding your own guy, because that's when you get the fouls. That's when you get that. Where Larry's really good is he's good help side. So a guy gets beat, he comes over and we call him wall ups. He's got to wall up, be tough, and with his length. But sometimes he does get in trouble. We talk about it, that maybe he goes too far after that block instead of just making a guy shoot a tough shot, kind of like over Mark Eaton. He didn't block a lot. He blocked a lot of shots, but he didn't jump. He just used his length. But Larry can really get up. He just got to, he's got to be able to control that a little bit. Sometimes he tries to block too many, and then if he misses it, then his guy gets the rebound and puts it back. But he can change a game, a shot, block to a dunk. He really excites the crowd, excites our team. We need more, more of that, those kind of things, and he's getting it.
Larry, you happy with the statistics so far this year? I mean, just under 5 points a game, 2.7 rebounds, 2 blocks. You almost got more blocks per game than you do rebounds per game.
Stats wise, I think I could do better in the defensive end, because I'm good at off ball defense, but on ball I think I need to do better at.
58% shooting from the floor. I know you like that statistic from Larry.
Yeah, Larry's playing a little bit more 4 now too. We're trying to put him and Tanner together. We're starting the year, he was behind Tanner, and we had to kind of sub those two. And now we're trying to put him in with with Tanner. So he's playing a little bit more. I love how he offensive rebounds. He goes really hard to the glass. That I want to get those rebounds up. When he gets those up, then his points are going to go up, even more. But it's a lot more physical, Division I than JUCO, and I think he's getting bodied around a little bit, but he's not backing down. That's the thing I love about them. He's willing to fight. He's so coachable. He wants to do better. Each game he'll ask, "What can I do? What can I do? What can I do?" Those are things as coaches we love, because we can feel that he's going to get better and he wants to work on his game.
Hamed, as his mother calls him. Everybody else. Juddy tells me, "Hey, I got this new recruit, Larry. I think you're really going to like him." I'm like, "Larry, I'm looking on the roster. There's no Larry." Everybody calls you Larry, though, except for your mom, right? I love it. Shout out to Mom out there. Good to get to know you a little bit. Let's take a quick break. Jon Judkins' Coach's Show continues here on the Fan Sports Network. When we come back, we'll turn our attention to the next game on the schedule. Last game before Christmas, trip out to Boulder, Colorado to take on a good 8-2 Buffs team. We'll be back on the Coach's Show. Welcome back, everybody. Jon Judkins, Trailblazer Coaches Show here on the Fan Sports Network. Devin Dixon, Larry Olayinka, and, of course, the man, Mr. Five-time winningest coach in college basketball history in the state of Utah, Jon Judkins, everybody. Juddy loves it when I give him that introduction.
Yeah, just love it. I just need to take you when I go sign my contract.
Yeah, I can help you out. I won't do what Joey DeVito's agent did. Although I did hear he showed up at the pizzeria for free the other day, so that was good.
Wow.
Hey, let's turn our attention to the next game. Chance to get back to 6-6 and kind of do what the Utah Tech women's team did today, and that's beat a big-name team. Of course, Utah Tech's women beat Oregon today, if you didn't hear that news, in an afternoon matinee. And you guys got to go out this weekend to Colorado at their place. And they're an 8-2. This is a good team. What do you see on film? Give us a little preview.
Well, they're big. They're strong. They're the best offensive rebound team we've played so far. They shoot it and they go get it. That's kind of their offense. I mean, they'll do a lot of the same stuff we do, a lot of ball screens on the wings and on the top. But man, when they let it grip, those three guys just go crash the boards extremely hard. So we got to do a really good job of all five guys blocking off. And sometimes I look at our games, we block off well, but then we don't go get it. We're not very aggressive. And there's other times I think we don't block off. We try to get it. We got to have both this game. We got to do a good job on the boards. They're good. They play really good at home. Obviously they shoot it. Their point guard is a top 50 is what we talked about in scouts today. Top 50, with his stats and what he's doing. He's only a sophomore, but he's solid. He has a 4-to-1 assist turnover ratio. I mean, really, really a good point guard, and he can score. And he really shoots the ball well at all three levels. So we got our hands full. Then they have their I forget his name, number 23. I forget his name, but he could play 1 through 5. He's one that kind of pulled his name out of the NBA draft last year, put it in for a while, and then he decided to come back. And they got some players that haven't played they're coming back from injury. One Larry played against. Is it CJ? Is that right? CJ Williams, his name?
Oh no,
KJ.
Oh, KJ. So there's some guys that are coming back. I think what's the Williams? There's a Williams that plays for Cody. That's right. And his brother plays for the Thunder.
Yeah, Jalen Williams. So
and he's back from an injury. I don't know if he'll play against us or not, but he's been out for the last couple of games. But they got some big time athletes. But this is something I hope Larry and the rest of the guys, we go play these teams like that. These are fun because eventually you might see these guys in the NBA and say, I played against that guy, or we beat that team, or whatever. What a great opportunity to go do that. We love this experience. We have nothing to lose. Just go out there and play fun and be loose and just shoot the ball. And, we've done it with Gonzaga. We've played that before, so it's not like we're scared or intimidated. We just got to go out and have fun and play our game, and hopefully nobody gets hurt, and we get better and have a good break. That's what it's all about.
That was fun for a broadcaster a couple years ago out and do a game out in the kennel. And we were right there, single digits in the second half, down the stretch with 10 minutes to go, and then they kind of ran away at the end.
And that's kind of happened to us this year, too, at Washington State. Your other school up there that we played. But, we had a really good first half, and then we just kind of we've been doing that a lot lately. We have like a 4 or 5 minute stretch where we just don't score, can't get the ball to go in the hole, and then, we can't get stopped. So it's going to be fun. We're excited. I think these guys are ready for it. We're out of school. Finals are over. The only thing that should be on their mind right now is basketball. And a lot of times if we do that, we're going to be playing pretty good.
Final seconds here, the Jon Judkins Coach Show. Larry, from a player's perspective, how revved up, how excited are you guys about this next game? And one day and 22 hours away from tip-off out in Colorado.
I think the whole team is excited. When we watched the film today, I could tell the energy that everyone's excited and ready to go. So I think this is going to be a good game.
What film did you? I mean, they beat Richmond. They lost an OT to Florida State. They beat Iona. Lost a heartbreaker to Colorado State, but just beat Miami badly out in Brooklyn, New York, the other day.
We watch a lot. Now, I mean, to them, we show them kind of their last game, but my staff does a really good job of going to different games and finding different things. Early in the year, you can kind of see their offense a little bit better because they're still kind of maybe not running as clean, and so you can catch things. And then you always want to get their last game of where they played and where you can hurt them. But they played really good against Miami. Miami's a good team, and they spanked them pretty easy.
It'll be fun Friday night, and it'll be on ESPN Plus, I believe, for Pac-12 Network. So tune in. And, of course, we'll have it right here.
Not Friday night, it's Thursday night.
Thursday night, excuse me.
Yeah,
Thursday
Friday you'll
night.
miss it.
Yep. Yeah. No. No, Friday
you
we'll
go.
be talking about an upset win on the morning show.
There you go. I
Right?
like it. There you go.
Juddy, always great to see you.
Yeah, same.
Larry-
Thanks for having us on.
Nice to meet you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you having us on.
We expect some big dunks, some big blocks
Yeah.
out there in Boulder on Thursday night. That'll be the next game. And, of course, we'll have it again right here live on the Fan Sports Network. Your home for Utah Tech Trailblazer football and the Coaches Show with Jon Judkins every single Tuesday night. Thanks for listening, everybody, and watching, and we'll see you next time.